Good morning, God. Thank you for today. Please grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Good morning, world. Good morning, America. And good morning, you mother cluckers. Let's make today a good day. We're the ones in the driver's seat.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red blast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the frame, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the brave, and the home of the
What's up? Can y'all hear me okay? By the way, so let's see. Because I was going to say Scat Pat, Kiss Off, Rabbit Coyote, Savage Lee, Hudson Valley Prepping, Miss Leslie, Huckleberry. What's up? Let's see. I seen Firefly, all the typical culprits. Rabbit Coyote, 30 outside. No, it's not. It's not no 30 degrees. Hell, it's like 71 or something. Let's see. Oh, my bad. It's 67. Let's see. What are we going to get up to? Oh, it looks like we're getting up to around 90 degrees. So, hey, I think winter's coming. Oh, and by the way, Mike, I need to get with you then and find out what which ones to get. And I'm going to get better footage. I'm trying to get used to it. I don't know, man. That thing loses my sight, and all I can think of is, shit, dude, that's my money flying around, and I don't even know where it is. 12 hour? Dang. So 12-hour shifts? What's up, Eric? 57 right now. Snow flurries. Sorry, going back to bed for an hour or so, fighting neck pain and a headache. Oh, that's me, Eric. That's been my last week or so. I don't know. I've decided I'm not going to focus on it. But something on my left side back in there, and I don't know, but man, that shit will pull all the way up to the very base of my skull. And I get agitated. It makes me, matter of fact, that's kind of where I've been all night. I haven't slept a whole lot. I've been really fighting this impatient kind of thing. Alamo already talking a line of crap. I just, how you get some of those. It's like, man, I don't know. It's like you find yourself on the edge, like about everything. It's just like you're rolling this chord, and you're doing the little twist roll, but then you go do it, and it just isn't wanting to do right, and you're kind of go to straighten it up, and somehow though, it's like your patience level. It's just like when that acts up, you just go and you just want to like rip the cord apart. I don't know, man. It's just been. I figure it's just the evil juju coming at me hard. That's all. I don't know, Hook, because I think it's. I don't know if I've done, because I did kind of time it off. I kind of got busy and I'm sweating, but I wasn't really paying attention to what I was putting in. What's up, Tuck? Morning, morning. So I don't know if I've overlapped a muscle and got it in a pinch, or if it's. I don't know. You know, pretty much, Mike. That's how I just and seeing that's. I guess that'd be something to tell everybody. There's no magical, you know, foo ha ha bull BS to do. What's up, Gnostic? Morning. You gotta. I don't know what I do. I try to hand it over just as fast as I get it. Some days I'm better than others. It is what it is. It's just every day ain't perfect. I mean, and that ain't we can't expect that. So, hey, what's up, Matt? Morning, morning. Well, you just you gotta. It's kind of like the Serenity Prayer. You just really gotta learn to accept the things that you can't change. Okay, well you're here. Well, where's Mama? Or does she just turn you loose? Sorry, I kind of got a little distracted. Isla just come running up on me. I'm like, okay, well that's kind of unusual. There was kind of like a metal door between us. And I know when I went to sleep last night, she didn't know how to open doors. What's up, child's play? I don't know. You just And I think that's where the frame of mind comes in. And you know, there's some people, and Mike, you're one of them I want to reach out to because I want to have, I kind of want to have a conversation, but I want to have a conversation. Damn, it almost sound like somebody was going to work in their mule or on their three wheeler or something. Might just be going down to check the well. But like a backstage or small group kind of conversation, because I do want to try to. I don't know. Here lately, I think there's it's a perception, and I think with the digital stuff and social media, then we lose sight of some of the perception, and the depth of things and kind of different perspectives. And I don't know, just want to try to get a mindset, kind of be in a more chilled environment, but then ask just questions to try to, you know, get a better understanding because you can listen to the internet and hell, I don't know. I think so much of it's hyperbole. What are you doing? I don't understand. Why did you just get put on me? Did you annoy her or something? Were you whining? You didn't even have your collar on, so don't be acting all stupid. I don't feel like hollering this morning. You're such a goober. Hey, you want to know how good you got it? My name could be Hazan, whatever. I could be some little turd with some dorky glasses, and I can't finish growing a beard face, and I could just zap your ass with collars because apparently there's pricks on the internet that do that. What's up, Rank 2000? Little Aussie. You know, toy. Roger that, Mike. Oh, here, come here, you vicious thing. You need to do my token. I need a token dog. Come here. No, right here. There you go. I need a token dog. No. Look, I'm gonna have to zap you if you don't get in the shot. You understand that, right? If you don't play along, I'm gonna have to shoot you with the zapper. Okay, so come here. You need to look good so I can get plenty of likes. Come on. There you go. Look at there. Oh, look. That ought to be good for 1,000 likes. Okay, now ready? Okay, now you have to lay down and look good. All right. Sorry, and that's just if you know, and if you don't, you don't. I saw that and I thought, you know what? I don't care how you want to dress that up, how much lipstick you want to pour on top of that pig. That, that dude zapped that freaking dog because it moved off that magic little spot to look good in the background. And I don't know, that dude can say whatever he wants. I don't give a shit. He whines with his little capitalist blood in the street shit. Well, guess what, homie? You just don't show up down here. Better keep your happy ass over there in California, where you little freaks can stand around on the sidewalk and shit and piss and do dope. This ain't the place. Ooh, man, that dude just, I saw that. That just about, Yeah, that's what you think, Mike, sweet puppy. She's got you fooled. No. My son rescued her, and then we went to watch her for a week while he was at work on a job. And, well, that week's never ended. Yeah, and he was. I mean, just and I get he did excuses, and there's the other dude, Asmon Gold, and then there's other people, and all these little Twitch people. If you listen, all of these people came from Twitch, but they hang out over on YouTube. See, Twitch promotes all this stupid, retarded shit. But you can tell, dude. You can tell. No, see. No, he said because he did during this one of these little clips because he bitches about he hates this country. He hates this country. The internet sucks, and he should have better internet in Los Angeles. Actually, he even mentions Los Angeles. Now you got that Asmon Gold guy, Zach. I think he lives on the outside of Austin. You got I don't know if that's where that penguin dude is or what. I ain't fixing to say his Twitch name because it's little. I don't know. So did you do? No, I had to let them charge up. You just can't put them up there. See, you're acting like a typical liberal. You don't want to invest any knowledge into something and learn what to happen. You just want to start to criticize why I haven't done it your way, and you don't even know the right way. No, I'm just picking. No, you got to let them charge up, and then you got to make sure that everything's going to work before you stick them that high up because there ain't no way to turn them on. So you kind of got to make sure they're fully charged. Then you got to get them over in the dark, and you got to turn them on to make sure that the thing's going to work. And that's in the instructions, by the way, ma'am. What's up, PJ? I despise PETA for very. Oh yeah, dude, that organization's such a joke. They only attack the people they want to. They're just sucking money off of people. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up. Yahoo! You forgot it, so I'm supposed to hush up? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This isn't Portland, homegirl. This isn't Portland. I don't care if you have a little mouse suit on or a penguin suit or a chicken. I don't care. It don't work that way. The Asmon guy lives in Austin. Yeah. Wait, what did it say? Went by. The Mini 3. I got, yes. Yes, the Mini 3, but not the Mini 3 Pro. I think, yeah. Oh, let me see where we at. Did I just miss something? Man, sometimes this thing jumps. Austin, Texas is the liberal stronghold down there. Yeah. Well, see, because here's where they tap into it. It's you get like back in the day, you used to have the hippies, the beatniks, the hippies. Hey man, peace, love, not war. And there was the just chill and that was it had its place. It's just, well, see, now they've just released that amongst everybody. And so that's why it's like, man, there used to be some awesome places to go in Austin. Barton Springs, Hippie Hollow. Now it's like Trashville. But then again, because the hippies aren't just all about like, hey, man, let's just get high and chill. And no, now these are fentanyl and meth head freaks that want to steal all your shit, strip your car of shit, scream and protest and throw things. And so it's not the hippies of the old. Those hippies, yeah, exactly. They done went into the colleges and now they've all said, wow, you know what? That was one thing, but that whole hanging out in the bus and kind of like not showering for a week and shit. I don't know. I'm kind of digging this 6-digit figure shit. So, hey, let's just keep doing our hippie liberal shit, but now we get paid for it so we can kind of be the man without being the man. And that's kind of what they did. And look at all these ignorant little people that just follow this stupid shit. Pardon. Well, you just proved yourself wrong with that statement, Kiss Off, but okay, we'll just move along. Those hippies are now teaching. Morning, Pilgrim. How are you this fine day? This is a fantastic Friday. We're going to make it that way. Oh, and yes, sir, Mike. Roger that. I can do that. I know. Now you're just sitting over there and wondering what the hell did she do, huh? She just like pushed you out the door. Huh? She just pushed you right on out the door. You must have been whining because you was worried about me. And she was like, "Oh my God, go outside." The old man stayed inside, boy. The old man's just like, "Look, man, if he ain't stressing, I ain't stressing." So yeah, the old man, he just lays around. Oh, I let it reread. Ah, individual pleasantries are required. Oh, looky there. Yeah, I know. And he wasn't going to do it. And now he's doing it. Typical Aussie. Man, if old Vision was here, I started to tell him last night. I wanted to kind of, and which Mike, this goes for you too, because man, sometimes you and Livingston, man, and or y'all be doing the horseman stuff. But see, when some of y'all are talking, I just can't type enough to keep up. I can make my little kind of one-liner things depending on how the topic. It's like if you hit it, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I got something to type, then as long as it kind of lingers long enough, it makes sense. And I thought about making little like what do they call those? Hey, somebody ought to dim that down. I don't think it's supposed to be that bright. I think we're burning energy. Somebody call Hollywood, ask them to turn down, reach over there and hit the dimmer. The moon's just a little bright. I think we're expending too much energy. What do they call those? Response? Not response. Is it response? I don't know. But anyway, where y'all talk about stuff, and I'll chime in. Hey, Share Bear, Indy, what's up, Indy? Sorry, I'm scrolling up. Kind of. I live in the woods, so I got plenty of squirrel moments. I can speed read, type kind of fast, which helps me share my smartassery efficiency. Oh no, it just because it's like that. Talking about with the Revolution and Civil War, and it just see it gets me thinking, and I don't know. I think it's just the way I think, and I wonder. It's like you know, nobody talks how we got here. You know, it's like the lack of stuff. Instead, there's just I don't know. And I don't think it's a unified force other than just evil against us. You know, because I think they have common goals. You know, it'd be no different than you know, people from different walks of life coming together, kind of like we did back in the beginning when we all said, hey, this is a good declaration. Yep, sign it. This is a good Constitution, Bill of Rights. Let's do it. Hey, we're going to defend this shit. We're willing to put it all on the line. There's just, I don't know, that seeing, there was no magical pill to take or book to read. What's up, Billy? Morning, ma'am. Dragging a little late, though, but no, that's okay. What's my level of tinfoil hat this week? The moon landing wasn't real? Oh, yeah, the moon isn't real. I know, see, it's like that. I don't understand how. I mean, I kind of poke fun at that now, but I mean, I've kind of been thinking, hey, Carolina, how are y'all this morning? But it's just because I got to thinking, and I don't know if it's because I was just digging through stuff and I come across, some stuff from way back in the day. And I guess because there was changes, because like I remember growing up, you would hear older people, but it was like the music or it was a clothing style, you know, but it wasn't the foundation of the country. It was just fedoras or ball caps or, button ups, pullovers, t-shirts. It was like fashion, music, some movie type stuff, but it was see, sometimes Alamo gets so rude sometimes. He just can't stand it. I think he's a plant. He's a fed. He's trying to distract me. That's what's happening. I knew you'd talk a lot of shit. What's up? Where did we got? I think it was, yep, Wingnut. What's up, man? Let's see what powers that should not be do have goals. It's three basic. See, I guess I just don't understand, you know, because I mean, I remember, it's like there's nothing, like it's really hard to find something positive. It really is. Like, and you kind of go, holy shit, man. And it's like, somebody said something, I think it was last night, and it was, I think Vision said something about, the Make America Great Again. And then I want, this person goes, uh, when was America ever great? And I'm like, holy shit, man, dude, it was rocking before everything went stupid in 15. Maybe it's just depending on where people lived, because I have been noticing a big difference with that. There are miserable places that I'm like, oh wow, I've never thought about it. But yeah, it's like I can't picture myself living in Houston. I can't envision that. And that's what's got me thinking a little different, going, yeah, I just can't. And I'm not trying to be shallow minded, but it's just, this is my experiences in my day to day coming uppins, as it might go. What's up, Grumpy? Oh, I see a butterfly. So is that blue? I'm positive I'm gonna spend a buku buttload of money. Bless your little heart, Grumpy. And right, Pilgrim, see, I don't, and that's what got me thinking about, holy shit, man. I mean, because, but look, there's Mama. you just wonder what happened. And it's like we went from, it's kind of like I talk about, people have gotten so discouraged and stressed over the government corruption, I guess, that all of a sudden this country hasn't done anything good. It's everything we do is bad or it's a lie. And it's like, and it doesn't matter what you say. And there's just a hardcore desire. Because think about that. That's what I've just, you start breaking this down and you go, well, why wouldn't even somebody be wanting to entertain the idea of something positive? So it's like if somebody's like, oh man, this totally sucks, they're not doing it, and you go to chime in something positive, it's very abnormal for the person to respond with barking you down because how dare you try to motivate me? How dare you try to encourage me to think positive? How dare you think good for me? And you kind of break that process down and you go, yeah, what the hell happened to the damn world? So it's like, having these talks about stuff. You go to explain something personally. Nope, it doesn't count. And it's the total disconnect from real life personal experience, boots on the ground kind of thing. And you just kind of wonder, holy shit, man, is this COVID? Is this COVID? Is this Orange Man bad? Because these big trigger events through the media, Orange Man bad. That one, they're supposed to trip everybody out and get everybody to hate some dude that everybody loved just like last month. But, he's going to run. He could be a threat. So let's make up some shit and don't worry. 10 years later, it's all the same, so it won't matter, and they'll all lose sight of it. And you just kind of think back to those times. Hey, morning, Miss Sandy. You can, I don't know. And so I just kind of got to thinking, I don't know how that corrects itself or how it starts to, but then again, I don't want to be in a bubble, but then you kind of get in a bubble. Just I try to intentionally go out of the way because it's the media in general. It's the thumbnails, anxiety, aggression, conflict. It gets the likes. It gets the views. It makes the money. Get over there. Oh, did she do something? Oh, okay. Because usually if she acts, she's messing with something you're going, she starts swinging wide to go over to that ramp. Like, yeah, she has to be 10 yards away until you verge right over there, and then it'll be all like, what? Matter of fact, she does that sometimes, and then I wonder, what did I miss? Did I just miss something? And I started looking around for feathers that shit. I'll be back in about 40 minutes. I accidentally set up a premiere for AM instead of 7 p.m. All righty, Carolina. Yeah, you did that yesterday too. What's up, Cola? I'm sorry, I'm scrolling up because I kind of was babbling there for a moment. Got to be positive to see positive. At some point, you stop debating people and simply treat them like the idiots they are. Yeah, but see, you can't really go that far, Grumpy. I mean, I get what you're saying, but you kind of got to do the cutoff without the actual. Otherwise, you got one foot in the shit pond too, and it's kind of starts to kill the righteousness. Lied to for years has people hopeless. There you go, Huck. Yep. Used to be. Let's see. I got Miss Sandy. Did I miss anybody? Man. You know what? I can't remember. Oh wow. I'm so okay. So here's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna start fresh and we're gonna say good morning, everybody. It's a fantastic Friday. And I can't tell if I lost anybody or not as it goes by, because sometimes it just sits there and then all of a sudden I can tell, and it's like, oh, it's like it does the whole window. But no, it's like, because I don't know, man. It's like I say, I think about little man. That's my granddaughter, and it's like, so I worked hard, I humped my ass off, I did a lot of good while my kids were growing up. But man, I look back and I see where I dropped the ball. I see now where, okay, while we were doing the life thing with the kids, I should have been, not that anything bad around here happened type thing, but I can see the impact where I should have been involved locally, you know, not losing sight of elected officials, a representative, a senator that's elected from my area, while saying some batshit crazy stuff. Hey, you're supposed to be representing my area. Don't really like that. Hey, you, Bob. Hey, Susie. He says that, what I'm saying? It's that keeping that general communication line, because that's the foundation. That's what makes our country different, was we the people. And it is self-governed. It's just that I think people, I don't know if it's intentional or it's just outside source influence, but people lose sight, I think, of self-governed means we're supposed to participate because it's self-governing. Self-governing in America means that you hold your elected official that you have either sent to your state legislative capital to run business or up to the feds to run business, but you hold them accountable to what you would see as good representation. And you're not going to get everything you want because it depends on your area. And it's just, there's such basic mechanics to this. And I think that's why it's just so easy to lose sight of, because man, you just get screamed at. It's kind of like an abusive wife. That dude will just knock the piss out of her week after week. And no matter what you say, he's a dick. He's a dick. He's an asshole. Oh, she'll agree until you say one bad thing about him or you put hands on. And then all of a sudden, man. And it's just like, that's there's nothing you can do. 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 If you bring it up. And it's just that behavior is starting to seem really weird. It's like, why wouldn't you want to search? Like if somebody said, well, it's not so bad, this is going on. Why wouldn't people want to go, oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that, but they don't. They'll dogpile you to tell you how wrong you are. And it's like, why do you want to live in shit? And I don't know. And I don't understand it. I got to scroll again. Dag nabbit. Be the good guy and not the nice guy. Well, be the righteous guy. It ain't a matter of perfection or nothing, but just be righteous. And the positives aren't the things we need to fix. We talk about where we need change. Well, I guess, Indy, but I mean, to be honest, ma'am, 4 years down the road, what's the change? That's all, because, and some are longer than that. When you look at when this video was created, it goes back to Orange Man Bad days. And it's like, well, some of them things, I don't know what you call them, channels, I guess, or shows. It's the same thing. It's America sucks. Hell, person just last night, when was America ever great? I don't know. Does anybody see, like, if you feel like America was never great, then why isn't it curiosity that makes you why don't you reach out and go, Well, hey, wait, you think it was great? Well, why that? And listen to a personal life experience from somebody. Because, see, it's like people don't want to find something good. It's like, no, don't dare. And I'm like, I don't know. And I've been guilty of the, you know, talking shit about cities. And I really, I apologize because it's that type of talk. It doesn't do any good, but I don't understand. And I wonder if it is the concentrated, because I just got to thinking, it's like we go into town. I mean, shit, I think there might be like, might be 3 billboards, 4 billboards. I'll stretch it and I'll say, okay, 5 billboards. I'll go max just so I know I'm safe. But it's nothing. One, it's no political. Hell, most of it's going to be for the Indians casino out here. I think 2 of them are that. And I think 1 or 2 are just that whole advertise here, because it just doesn't, it's just a vibe. And so then I kind of was like, wow, you know what? I thought about going in. It's like, I wonder, yeah, if you got up every day, because I remember having to go work, do work down in Houston and have to go through it and drive it and all that good shit. Uh-oh. Firefly's gone. Hey, Firefly, we'll make it a good day, ma'am. It's a fantastic Friday. Because you got to make it that way. Just don't listen to no crap. Oh, there she is. I'm a hot mess getting on the throughway, and I'm going to have to fly to get to work on time. Oh, and I'm eating a popsicle for breakfast. Eating a popsicle. Seeing lots of change in people, many more opening their eyes to reality, many learning skills. Yeah, I can see some of that. But I mean the overall, because you look at the vibe, the channel is, some of these people got, you figure some of them people got 10 million people, and you kind of go, see, where are all they at and who do they impact? The domino theory type thing. If America isn't great, why so many dang people trying to come here? Right, Sandy? You don't see any positive changes in yourself, Rescue? Oh, yes. No, ma'am. God's worked with me awesome. And I've really, yes, ma'am. And that's why I'm just, to be honest, there's been such a, well, I don't know how to say that. There's been such drastic change and work that to actually maintain to do this is actually a chore. I mean, I have to make a conscious effort to stay connected with you guys, and it's nothing against you guys. I just am so driven. It's just hard to explain. But I do think that, all I can say is the end is not near, as far as I get the feeling. I'm here until I'm not. And I think the idea is to every day I'm blessed with another day, is to try to make my area, make my state, make the people I interact with, try to make it a better experience, a more positive vibe, encourage people, not to be downtrodden, not to be oppressed feeling, and don't let all that control thing, because everybody uses those words, control, tyrannical. And I'm like, I just see, and I think that's where location plays a big part, because I don't know, man. And the hell, I'm a 2-time convicted felon that was a drug-headed alcoholic. And I just don't see the oppression. I don't see the tyrannical rule. I see some corrupt shit. But for me, I immediately step back and go, wait a minute. So this bunch of people is doing who hires them? Where did they come from? Oh, that's 500 representatives, and these are what have we got? 57. How many senators? Oh, okay. So these are the elected people. Well, hold them up. You can't just go stealing trillions of dollars. Surely America is not going to want that, right? So oh, wait, none of you news people are going to say anything about all this theft that they're doing. And see, you would think that it'd be easy enough to just kind of go, hey, check this out. And then people are like, wait, what? And you get this. But see, if you mention calling, emailing, notifying your thing, everybody makes fun of you. Well, now you're going to do no good. Can't vote your way out of this. Email, yeah. And it's like, see, why is it? It's like watching that. Look, we got to get this board up so we can finish the framing of the house. Oh man, what's the point? A storm will just come along and tear it all down. My brain can't comprehend that. And sorry, I just wound myself up for no apparent reason whatsoever. Because I just get frustrated with that. It's like elected officials. That's why I get pissed off with the whole Canadian talk and the UK talk and over here in Ganya, I don't care. Here, you only lose your vote when you give it up. And I'm telling you, we got 3 years, and I'm hoping that there is a good wave because I'm just kind of hoping that it's a small minority. I'm hoping that there is more. I see it being cleaned up, Craig. See, I don't know. That's just a statement stuff, wingnut. So I cool it. They sound good, and they're good slogans. That injustice. Which injustice was that? That dude that was so disrespectful to that cop? Was it that guy that beat the shit out of his wife? Is it this mom that didn't want to feed the child? What's the injustice? So it's a good catchphrase. I think what it is there's a self accountability that has to take place, but there was a whole wave of free range parenting. Everybody gets a trophy. Don't hurt your feelings. And somewhere in the aftermath froth of that, we're out at a point now where it's just, I don't know. I feel lost sometimes. I'm like, holy shit, dude. And I've said that hundreds of times. I keep waiting for Home Sterling to come tap me and tell me what episode I'm into the Twilight Zone. Cause it's like, damn, dude, I got so depressed. I disconnected from everything so much that I almost feel like as I woke up, I kind of was like, oh, everything kind of looks the same. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? So America sucks. America's colonial. We've never went to the moon. We haven't accomplished that. Nukes aren't real. Space isn't real. And I'm like, wait, what? Where the hell am I? And then I've just spent the last, I don't know what, 8 years, 7, 8 years trying to figure it out. And, because none of it makes rational sense. I've been listening to some of the same crap for years, and it just doesn't make any sense because I don't see it. I guess. Let's see, what do we got? Grumpy many patriots are as big a problem as the Marxists amongst our midst. It's just lazy people that don't want to take self-accountability and say, wow, you know what? I need to conduct myself better. I need to be more responsible. I need to be truthful. I need to try to be a better example, and I'm going to pass these values on, and I don't need to get caught up into this shit show, of trashing and confusion and anxiety and stress. If I see that this is the problem because these people are crooked, and then I'm talking to some people, then I ought to be able to stay on point and actually just list it out, and I should be able to stay with the present time and effective things. But see, that's communication, and that shit's gone. This whole digital thing is a removed communication skills. because it's a way of thinking. It's what's been perverted in the discussions, so even people that mean well succumb to the rhetoric use of words, because the use of the words are being manipulated and changed for different meanings. Tuck says, help, I'm stepping into the twilight zone. Oh yeah. It's you think about it, man. It's like that's why we just can't call it for what it is. The laws that get broken, well, it's just the interpretation of those. No, there's supposed to be a right and a wrong, an up and a down, but now all of a sudden, I don't know, man. Oh, and by the way, not to this is just kind of off topic, but hey, Gnostic, are you here? Because I did have this thought you might get a kick out of this in a way. Just food for thought on the whole flat thing. Damn, I'll have to. You know what? I'll post it on a community thing. But there was an interview, and I just thought it was kind of cool because it's not being talked about, but you can notice it in the background. But the curvature, but it was a U2 pilot. Yeah, B2 pilot. Yeah. And he was just talking about the experience of it 70,000 feet and what it was like and stuff. But then it showed clips. And I thought that might be interesting because that wasn't even about that. And you just kind of, there's a whole different aspect that doesn't even associate that, Vision preparedness. What's up? Good morning, sir. Can everybody tell me one good thing, some good news? I'm almost off the thruway. Yes. James Comey got arrested, and let's see, what was the other thing? There was something else. Oh, hey, supposedly the Israel-Gaza thing is stopping, and the 20 hostages are coming home or going to go where they need to go. You know what, Nasa? I was just throwing it out there, brother. I mean, I'm just saying that. And when the guy asked him how high he's ever been, he just said he was classified, but he has been 70,000 plus. And when he was just talking about his experience, I just thought the background view, because it's not even being talked about, but it's represented right there. That was who I was thinking of. Thank you, Sheriff Bear. Letitia James. And oh my God, to listen to them whine about that is so funny as hell. They're like, oh, look, he's weaponizing the DOJ. And I'm like, wait, what? You people went after teachers after moms and people going to church and people that didn't get vaccinated. You people went after everybody. Oh, that's another one. Yep, the DOJ is suing a California sheriff for slow walking the applications, the 2A amendments. And there's another thing, how the DOJ is also looking into Portland. I don't know if it's the police chief. And and they're also looking into what is it, the Chicago police chief and possible mayor for standing down their guys from supporting. So there's things. And like I've said, you can look this up, but over 90% of the media that you're hearing about is going to be negative. It's just by design, because there's the intended people that want to put out the negative, but then there's people that'll still ride the negative thing because that's what brings in the money. It's kind of like back in the old days when they'd say, well, sex sells, because people would go, my God, why are they putting that on because sex sells. Well, right now, conflict, anxiety, stress, that sells. And so I just, you got to really kind of catch the little tidbits as they go through, and then it's like, oh, wow. And But then I'm gonna try to figure something. Matter of fact, Vision's another one of them I want to talk with. I want to talk with him and Mike, kind of get some inputs, just be able to just ask questions, because sometimes I just ask questions in a blunt way, so it doesn't, and then that way I just need a more quiet atmosphere. What's up, Best Life? The Knife Master Extraordinaire. The sun is coming up, you're breathing air, and whether you believe in God or not, he believes in you. Yeah, and he's always waiting to hear from you. But that's the biggest hurdle, man. The biggest hurdle I know to me was the humbleness and submissiveness to God. And I think that's hard for a male, I think, is to submit to God, to submit to a faith in something. So that was my biggest hurdle. And I have to catch myself every now and then. I'm totally aware he has just done so much for me. I don't begin to doubt that at all. My human nature kicks in with my little emotional reaction. I get mad, and I don't want to do that no more. And the backing of Antifa, Soros my name, they say they are following the money, and what they should do. Oh, I know. Oh, is PJ leaving? Is that why I take care? Okay, yeah, PJ. Hey, you be safe today, ma'am. Keep your head on a swivel, and make it a good day. Help somebody smile. Rescue, I will email you. Roger that. A lot of good. Uh-oh. It's tough for anyone to submit to the ego. Well, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to go on and come out and ask Gnostic. So is that a jab, or what do you mean by ego? Because I was actually talking about submitting to God, or was that an insultive jab towards the reference I was making, or is that from a different approach? I'm saying, I'm just being straight up. I'm not like pissy or nothing about nothing. I'm just figuring, you know what? I'll just go ahead and ask it up front right now, because all I see is text. I don't know the intent. Rescue, the world is a noisy place, and sometimes he speaks in a whisper. It's up to us to listen closely so we don't miss the message. Oh man, and I gotta say, to me, God will even work through, you know, the smart ass down the road kind of thing. I mean, so man, the dog acting a certain way. It's just anything. If you just, most of it's getting rid of the outside noise, and see, that's what I mean. The negative, the stuff people latch on, and then it's like, oh yeah, they did that, and then it's like you want to find the next thing they did, and then the next thing. But at the meantime, you miss so much, you know. Okay, hold on. I need to scroll up, see what. No, it's what I consider to be our devil ego. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, see, now what I was talking about, just so uh, I'll classify that again. So for me, it's like I believed in God, but I always still thought I was the bull, you know. And I thought it was it's kind of like, well, yeah, God runs that real upper stuff, but I take care of shit right here, you know. I handle my biz. I hit the lick. I do this. I do that, and man, that was so far from the truth. Sandy says, y'all make it a great day. Got to go feed the chickens. Roger that, ma'am. Putting the pork butt on the smoker this morning. Ooh, look at you. I'm sorry, and I'm catching up. Don't forget pride. Oh yeah, see, not for me. For me, the devil, it's fallen angel, jealous, and so. But no, for me, it was. I always thought I like. It's like there were times I was able to do things. You know, hell, a rebar cage down in a hole. Got to get somebody. You go down and you're just like there's this moment when you end up doing something kind of extraordinary, and you take credit for that. And man, that's I used to do things like that. What that's got to get over there. I'll do that. Moving my stuff. I've even done it since I was talking to you guys. It's like, oh well, no. If I always had to move, I just had to move my shit, and so it's all about it was me. And you know what? Anything I've ever accomplished has been through the blessing of God. Gotta fly. Much love, Cluckers. Alrighty, Blackbird. Make it a good day, man. It's a fantastic Friday. What are we, October 10th, 2025? We have the potential. Oh yeah, see, not my faith, Gnostic, but your opening song triggered her. She starts spitting poison and fire that early in the Alrighty, back again. My very liberal wife's gone to work. Your opening song triggered her. Lord have mercy. Billy, wow, just wow. Uh-oh. What are we wowing, just wowing? Hmm. Yeah, a healthy pride. Hey, Teresa, what's up? Listening and getting the kids ready for the doctor's appointment. Roger that. Dusty country roads, big dusty, little dusty. Dag nabbit, were you in here already? Or did you just come in? Yes, we did. Amen. Same here. God and the devil are the same thing. Oh well, that's just that. You got to remember different beliefs. It's not my vibe, but I feel as if we were open too much suggestion by anyone new, especially the demons this world is. Yeah, this is the devil's playground. I mean, that's my perspective, my belief. It's a Christian belief. Jesus is king. He is that's the son of the Father, and that's so. When I think of that, then the way I was, and I even did it on here. It's like I felt the need to defend myself for one. It's like people question what I know or something, and then I felt the need to defend. Well, why do I have to defend that? You know what I'm saying? Why? How did I let that's because that's this worldly kind of emotion. You got to defend yourself. You got to, you know, debate this. You got to get emotional. And no, you don't. No, you don't. You protect your family. You protect yourself. You provide for your family and yourself. You help your community. Doesn't mean you got to stay all riled up emotionally. That's why now I've always laughed and said that. I mean, I can give you a big bear hug or I can punch you in the mouth. It just depends on where we're going with that. Morning, Kane. I just and that's what and it got yours thing got me thinking last night, Vision, because it was just yeah, revolution or civil war, and I realized that wow, you know what? To be honest, neither one of those would happen. in all honesty. It's because this country, like, when we had our Civil War, the the reasonings were real small and they were real. You know, now you there is no dividing line. There's a no north, south, east, west. I mean, I ain't singling nobody out, so just be, I'll say this up front. But you can have somebody over in Florida that'll either tell you your vote counts or your vote doesn't count. America's great or it sucks ass. You can go over all the way over to California. There's going to be somebody that will tell you the exact same thing, both sides. So it's all across. So there is no, well, we agree with this kind of life. Now, a revolution, I could see, I don't know if I guess you could call it that when it got down to it. After the collapse, I think as America were to go to collapsing, economy collapses, the neighborhood, city, states, all this starts to really break apart and almost balkanize a little bit. Then I could see if there became an outside opposing force come in that you could then gather to be like, no, now we're going to have a revolution against that. And then, you'll never get America back. So it'll just be, it'll be some form of ruler. All the people talking that tyrannical shit will actually then they would get to live under it, because then they really wouldn't have a say. And then you'd hear all the little campfire stories about, yeah, back in the day they could vote. What? No way. Wouldn't that be funny if they stumbled across streams like this where I kind of was poking fun about how people say that doesn't matter, but it does. And they go, wow. If you place yourself at the ultimate arbitrator of right and wrong, you'll always find a wrong. You always find a way to justify your actions, no matter how immoral they may be. Well, people also don't want to own up to flaws, you know. I'm not. Had to cut my chicken butt off now that the daylight's out. I had my chicken light plugged up to the oops. Mega station 1. Wait, what did I just miss? Let's go. I was so mad. So went up there. Right. Hey, morning, Pat. I don't know. I will say that's, I worry. Oh, that's a good looking thing. I wish I had me one of them fancy dancy telescopes. Because right now it's so clear up there. Cool. I don't know, because like I said, my perspective, I come from little man, my granddaughters. And I fast forward because I look at this, like I look at where everything is now in just 10 years. This country's batshit crazy in 10 years. So it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. So if I don't find a way to, I don't know, do some kind, or at least start gathering stuff, and then figuring out ways to explain things to him to navigate this world, because I'm sorry, what's it going to be like for him in 10 years? I can see where we are now. 10 years, we went from, we had some corrupt shit, but hey, there was like they kept things in check until that dude come down, and all of a sudden everything just started getting thrown at the wall, and now they're just nonstop because they're all in. They know it. It's like, we've been exposed, let's go at it. And so now it's maniac time. And you just kind of go, well, shit, man. If all I do is sit around and talk about how bad shit is, and oh yeah, it's bad, then what's when he goes to 17, what's he stepping out as a young man? What's going to be available for her when she, and that's why that's where my concern goes. I don't have no answers other than I think that if people don't start giving a shit, and we got to do self accountability. I think people need to own up to, it's mistakes we make, and we have to do that in front of the younger generation so that they can learn how to own up to shit and take accountability. And then if they're holding themselves accountable, then it makes it a righteous to hold the elected person responsible. It's like, with the whole little cop thing and how these people do this. Well, they took an oath. I'm sorry. How many people that scream that out lied to their wives, their husbands, their parents as they were growing up? Their friends, whenever, because it's the same thing. It's easy to just. I'm telling you, that's the problem. There's so much used to just attacking things instead of just. I don't know, man. And this is where I just get frustrated because then you start to wonder. It's like, do we come out of this? I mean, is there? Because the book does say it's going to get bad. I just, I don't know. I do know that it's so easy, just like that. I can feel that even talking about it. You can start to feel, and it's not this. It's kind of like going into a game every morning being told how much your team sucks and how hard this game's fixing to be and how much more professional the other team is. But hey, it's all right. It's all right. And it's like, no, it's not. I think you need more of a pep talk. We need to go back to the pep talks to where you had a fire lit up under your ass and you felt this big encouragement and drive. And I do believe, because that's another thing, and it's hard because I'm not trying to downplay anybody's experiences, but I think that I know for me, I don't worry, I guess, and I feel kind of guilty sometimes because I don't feel the same stress that other people that live in these very heavy populated areas. I don't feel the same tension, and I don't have the same anxiety, and the missus doesn't either. When she goes to work, she doesn't. It's like hell. When that woman went to work, she probably didn't think one bit. I'm not saying bad shit won't happen, and then that's how I work on her with about paying attention to surroundings, but you can't dwell on it. Like, she doesn't leave here going, okay, I'm ready, and all right. There's no anxiety. She just goes, and it's like, well, okay, now if something were to come up, yeah. And it's paying attention to things at a distance, your peripherals. And I guess it's just a different walk of life. And for a little while, I thought it was maybe it's just experience, you know. What's up, Zombie Force? It says keep our money in America. Cool outside. That's why I stay gold and silver. I was going to catch up a little bit in the stores. Frost. Went to get mulch last month. They said, tap your card. I said, watchable mean tap? Had no idea. Oh, they wanted you to just do the little card tappy thing, huh? See, and it's like that. I get the digital ID, you know, and people are like, but okay, well, one, that's the UK. So, I mean, I'm sorry. You're talking about a country that's about, I don't know. They're still a half bubble off. Sorry. They lost way back then and I don't know, they've never recovered. But, I mean, look at, dude, people order their supper and their groceries and we through a Uber app on a phone, you know, it's coming. Hell, we've had the Apple Pay for, seemed like forever nowadays, and so the thing, once again, this stuff all gains power because people lose sight of their right to vote. It's like, okay, so what if people did pay attention to their elected representative and they literally had an elected representative like, say, a Marjorie Taylor Greene? Apparently, she talks to her people all the time, and she's always, pushing back on all kinds of shit. Okay, well, what if there were 500 other ones just like that? Well, then all of a sudden, the digital ID is not the threat because you have some righteous people that are listening to their constituents doing basically what the forefathers laid this country out to be. You have, these people, but you have a representative that you're sending up there to make sure you're not getting screwed over. But then this group of people stop participating in that, and then all of a sudden now they're all mad because, well, damn, we were getting screwed over. And it's like, well, yeah, that's why you're supposed to change these people out for people that, speak for you. But think about it, dude. Look at all California and shit. You mean to tell me Nancy Pelosi actually speaks for her constituents? Hell no. But see, people don't even think in that way anymore. I can see that in a way, Pat. I could, because if you're outnumbered in your area, if you're in a, okay, if you're in Dallas Fort Worth, where there's like, I don't know, Jesus, what is that? 3 million people or some shit, and there's only 5,000 people that think this, then there you go. But then that's where you got to relocate because communities are speaking, but to sit there and then not participate, well, then that just gives it over to the other side because, they're, wait. There's my little hour ahead, friend. Good morning, coffee. Happy Friday. Oh, I know. You can have your moment. Except Southern Fried. Our issue started after World War II. Europe and Asia war torn, and then the U.S. was affected. Our problem was we stagnated. Europe and Asia recovered. See, I don't. I guess. Good versus evil. Yep. Being a senator is supposed to be a part-time gig. They're supposed to do their term and go back. Right. But see, we didn't like hold them accountable. And that's where I get frustrated because that's all I'm ever trying to explain. And nobody ever talks about any of that there that stops. It's always something else. And it's like, I don't know, man. All I know is I grew up and all the things that I grew up around was just a lot of things being made and manufactured and discovered and momentum, and people were on the move and they were smiling and happening. And, Boy Scouts was a thing and camping was a thing and people were waving and, it was a way better time than now when you kind of get out and about and you kind of got to go find the pockets. Because if you get anywhere on the internet, most of it's just all bad shit, and it's the bad, it's the oh wow and what, and so I don't know. That's why I think people just lost sight of the American citizen job. I mean, it says it in itself. See, I don't even know how to explain it because it just sounds so. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. Self-governed, as in elected officials. We get to elect our representatives so we can self-govern. And it's like, but see, that's, I don't know, frustrating. Okay, got to get moving, work calls, cold calls, videos call, everything calls. Roger that. Hey, keep your head on a swivel. Make it a good day, Trent. Tell the COO, hola. Morning, Tony. Look at there. Alamo even says morning, and he's telling Vision to make it a good day. Accountability, right, Blue? All right, pork buckets on the smoker, 8 to 10 hours, and they'll be, ooh, look at you, Bill. I want more than a moment. I want a whole hour. That was pitiful. Uh-oh. I'm back. Yeah. Spain has another over a year, and they're doing great. Different country, different foundations. See, that's I don't do good referencing other countries to us. I see the similarities to a point, but our creation and our beginnings just started, and we changed the world with our creation. You know, when this country was founded, and we changed the world. So it's just it's hard to look at other countries and then because they'll always have some 100-year-old history to fall back on, like Italy can't fall apart. They just their dynamics will change, but you know what I'm saying. And China wouldn't fall apart because there's different histories and they'll have a fallback. And but I think us, man, because that's what scares me when I hear all the talk with all the fake stuff and the non-accomplishments. I'm like, ooh, man, this is how you tear down a house. This is how you go over there and destroy that family that's cohesive and working together. And I'm like, carpet cleaner guy is here by himself. He said no one wants to work. Well, I get beats me. He didn't ask me, but then he ain't down here. See, that's way up there. Let's see what I missed. Yes, ma'am. Carolina, it was a pretty deep conversation. It's funny, that's after only one cup of coffee. So now I got a bonus one. Not sure how that happened. Ooh. Well, that's where it started, Kane. I mean, we're starting to be friends instead of parents. Not wanting to hurt feelings. Everybody gets a trophy. You know, and then once they kind of had that, I think that's where the whole little psyop shit comes in to where it's like, okay, now this is where we can start tearing them down from the inside. And that's where I think all this bullshit got promoted with no offense, Gnostic, not picking on you or nothing directly, but it's just that's where this whole flat earth space isn't real, dude. I mean, think about that. I mean, I'm sorry, 60 years old, dude. I'm sorry, that thing was always real to me. Oh, look, now I changed the lighting and now you can't see it. There it goes. It was real to me. And now all of a sudden, and just wham, in the twinkle of an eye. Now all of a sudden it doesn't exist. It's not real. And I'm like, see, I just can't. And there's no valid proof. It's just telling you that what you know is wrong. There's no like somebody went up towards there to disprove it. It's like it's like the flat earth thing. There's no counter scientific data or just actual like visual of like, yeah, to say, no, see, here it is. But yet all the other stuff that'll show you curve, they just, no, that's fake. It's like that. Nope. So go up there in the helium balloon to the firmament and shoot fireworks up there against the firmament and show me exploding. You know, show me it's not real, instead of just saying, well, what you've seen happen is not true. Show me something that proves it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't think that way anymore. Now you just get told something, and if you're mad enough, or that's what I mean when it comes to people. You can do that with people. You can go, oh, that dude's really an asshole. Really? I don't see it. Yeah, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. What? And then you can actually get that person to say something that you know will trigger that, and then all of a sudden, that's it. See, yep, he's an. Oh, yeah, he's an asshole. They don't know shit. You know. But they get caught up in their emotions. They know that, and they want to think the dude's an asshole, so he's an asshole. And once again, it's sad because it's basic problem solving type skills. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I always told my kids, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. It will be that way till you're an adult and make your own decision. Right, Kane? Because that's the way it is. And hopefully, after you're done with the parenting and they grow, you can become, best friends. That's, a good goal. But man, you start out the gate trying to be all best friendsy and shit, and it's going to screw up. I've thought about it deeply, and none of my head. Space is real, NASA is fake, I guess. I have a question. Who's the devil's father? He was once a beautiful angel, so Jesus is. Well, God is the creator. I mean, he created the angels. Pat, no one's been to the moon. See, okay, can I ask you something, Pat? How do you feel so confident in knowing that? Like, have you gone out of your way to, like, go down and do investigations and interviews and research and explore and look, or is it just assuming it because that's what you would prefer to do, is just make a factual statement like that? Because that's what I find. See, that's what I'm saying. It's the rhetoric. Think about it. It's the rhetoric. No one's been to the moon. Well, man, that's a pretty bold statement to be able to make that statement, because there's like hundreds of thousands of people that participated in doing it. There's all kinds of data behind it, and then to just wipe it away. I mean, I could see it if there's been a lot of work put in to show it, but just see that, but see how easy it is to just go, oh yeah, I've never done that. Well, and is it just us? Because there's other countries. And it's like, there's another part of that. I get it. Everybody wants to hate America. See, doesn't that make people kind of then start to wonder what you've been told? Why is it that people hate anything America's done, but they don't give a shit about the other 70 other countries that have a space program? It's like, none of that matters. Just America sucks. We didn't do it. They said we did, and we didn't because they're liars, because they're corrupt politicians, and it's part of the Illuminati, don't you know? And it's like, man, I don't understand. There's other countries up there. Okay, but did God say? He wasn't just me. Nope. And then what? Okay, but did God say love everybody? Yeah, here's love all God's creations. All the stars are just breathing holes in the dome. Yeah, I guess, man. I don't feel anyone has passed through the firmament. I got you, Pat. You know, there's so much data. Other countries use it. There's certain trajectory that has to be used. There's a certain there is a certain uh, radiation that takes place, and that's why we actually have to shoot for the weakest spot. But then that's part of what the what is it? The Artemis 2. Apparently, it's got going to have better protectives shielding around it, and so I don't, but see, it's like that. I don't know, man. What do you do whenever I've met in a community that, like, if that happens, I would love to share that. But what's the point? I'm going to go to do a stream about when Artemis goes to launch, and half my chat's going to be telling me that it's all bullshit and it ain't really happened. And I can even be talking to my daughter down there at the Cape as she watched it take off, but people will tell me that it's not true. So I mean, but people don't want to slow down to think things through, and that makes people very susceptible to be talked into shit, and that's what worries me about my grandkids, that world. There's more evidence that the moon landing was fake. See, which time are you talking about not being back, Savage? I don't understand. People always say that, but they never reference. Are you talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? Which trip didn't we go on? It just. And why is it that the Chinese are up there with rovers right now that can be seen? See, it's like, but you're only going to see what you want to see. We have the Hubble telescope, dude. We have Voyager 1 and 2. Hell, Voyager 1, they thought it died off, and then it come back into port to get a connection again. Totally tripped them out. Wasn't even expecting it. What's up, Carl? The fact we cannot get back to the moon or haven't been makes me wonder. I don't have it. See, that would be easy enough, but you want to watch them go crazy, Coffee? How about this? What if I told you that when we went there, it's because we were in a competition race with another country? Of course, this is why they want to tell you none of this is true, because this shows validation to stuff. We were in a race. The Russians actually got up there first, and then we got up there. That became a landmark that helped drive morale in America. And yes, along the way, NASA got corrupt and realized it's tax dollars, but you can only steal so much tax dollars. And then they got more into the skunk work type discovery, because it's easy to look at pictures, but this is when if you really want to understand about the space program, then you actually go into it with the intent to learn about it, not that it's all bullshit. And so you throw everything away to every time, something comes out, yeah, well, whatever. Because if you look, you'd see that it was the total. That's a one in time that you can't, like, the shuttle really woke them up. That's what stopped it, I think, is when they saw that the world just watched these people disintegrate up there. And so that's the cost. You can't risk those kind of things. You got to be more precise. And I think that's why I went in pause for the longest time. And of course, we also spent 20 years in creating a war and dumping money over there. So that didn't help us none. And there are other countries up there. China's up there mining stuff, trying to figure out how they're working on their calculations and actual shuttle program. But then, oh, I guess that's just, I don't know. Now I'll scroll on down and see, and I just, and it's like you kind of got to wonder the drive. Because, like, I sit here, I show people photos and tell you about my mother working in that and stuff, and it doesn't matter. People don't give a shit. They want to hate. This country did not accomplish that. And I'm just like, and I get defensive, and I got to actually, check myself. What's up, Brian? Because it's just, I don't know. It is what it is, dude. And so I don't really know how do you, that's what concerns me. So what, damn, man, little man's going to be going, who is he going to be hanging around people that have no faith and that this country hasn't accomplished anything, and that, so easily led astray regardless. And you just, is that what's going to happen? Because that's what worries me, because and I don't know. Hopefully this is just a small part, because I mean, hell, I only, what, under 5,000 subscribers. So it's not like 8 billion people on this planet. And we got 300 and something million here in this country. So I probably could be looking at it like it's darker than what it really is. Because it's once again, the little bubble atmospheres. And I've never really been in those until now. Because I was not a social media person before. So maybe it's just, hell, if anything, maybe I just need to teach a little man you don't hang out on the internet all the time, because you're just going to lose sight of reality. You will be led astray every time you get mad at something. You'll find a story that justifies your anger, and you'll run with it. And one day you'll just say weird ass shit. You think the most successful country in the world's history got through? Oh, no. No, it's just like everybody probably in here that isn't sitting on top of all their cool little savings that they managed and spent money right all along their lives, whether you've been here for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. I mean, I guess if you are one of those few people in the world that can look back and go, shit, no, man, I had all my shit on point. This is just where I planned to be. This was my whole intent right here. I never wasted a dime. I never made a wrong decision. Never spent a dollar I didn't need to spend. And I think we would all agree that is bullshit. So to expect a group of these elected people to all of a sudden break the human nature norm and say, hey, we can manage shit, but once again, it's all about the elected officials that get sent up there to do the job. The moon is within the firmament, I guess. I don't know. It's a whatever. Never claimed to be a follower. Sorry. Oh, well, there's more followers than you'd realize, Kiss Off, because you can just tell by the statements. And no offense, the narrative, man. It's just like, it's kind of like I've had people sit there and tell, well, what I know that I've seen and experienced, and they go, that's not true. And it's because of some digital created thing said it wasn't true. And it's like, wait a minute, how does that brain, how does that connect to reality? But, hell, it's like the insultiveness whenever I showed the pictures and they're supposedly painted, even though I'm going, no, actually, my mom was handed these as they came out the developing room. There were stacks of them that came out to hand. No, it's painted. And it's like, see, think about that. And then think of There's the people that chimed in going, yeah, yeah, yeah. Really? That's like saying you're not really there and you just have to believe me. You're really not here. And it's like, oh, okay, sure. We're the give unto Caesar's what Caesar's. Didn't you see that in the book, Pat? I mean, God even knew that back then. Give unto Caesar's what Caesar's. That's because why? It was the coin, it was the money. Oh, it's the same gold and silver that everybody wants to collect and keep and stockpile. Wait, but we're talking about God. Yeah, shh, not that part. Shh, it's okay. Oh, they picking on blue, blue, blue. Whenever the humans can figure out the Earth they exist on, the argument becomes outer space. Yeah, I don't know why old you two picking on you with just talking about a damn Arby's commercial. And then what was it before that? It's just wow, dang, poor old blue. You done pissed off the YouTube algorithm or something. Can't. And I don't know. I just some weird times, and it's just I don't know where it goes from here. And that's I worry about little man. That's worry about my granddaughter. What the world's gonna be like. Because this one just man upside down in 10 years, dude. Like in 10 years, that dude ran for office, then won, and the whole world went upside down. Well, this whole country went upside down, and yeah, I don't know, Carl. Good job, Blue. Blue, Blue. I told her I get a kick out of saying her name. It just I don't know. It's like the cha cha, cha cha cha. I don't know, and I don't even know how the connect because I don't understand the decision, the process. That's what throws me off. Got my coffee. The Lord embrace my hand. Right. Render under Caesar. That's why it's to me it's okay to vote. That's a responsibility because that's God's telling you that this is the government that's to go as long as it doesn't go against them. Well, this country was founded with the self-governing elected officials that the people select and elect them and they send them up to do a job, and so that's there's nothing ungodly about that. And so once again, I don't have a issue per se. No, it's the decision process. It's like if I didn't, oh, I don't know. Let's see. Hell, making a damn video. If somebody said in chat or they were up on a panel doing their show and they started saying, well, you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to do this. Even if it sounded retarded as could be, I totally wouldn't. I guess I've gotten more, I don't know, I don't know how you want respect, etiquette, just common sense. But to think that I don't know anything about it, but because I don't like what they said, I'm going to say that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? And, well, probably not in Europe, wingnut. I mean, if you can tell me how the Second Amendment is ungodly, I guess it'd be interesting to kind of find the take on that. But then again, this isn't the UK. So in the UK, you're right. That whole wigged up government thing, tyrannical rule, king queen thing, yeah, that probably isn't so godly. But who knows? I don't really know. All I know is their country's really going to shit. Best way to get me not to do something is tell me to do it. Well, yeah, it should, Kane. Hate to break. Oh, wait a minute. Hate to break it. Something about hating to break. Hate to break it to you, but women figured that out about men 100 years ago. God said, sell your cloak and buy a sword close enough to the second for me, right? Not even in this country. Not even in this country. Government is supported by the point of a government gun. See, I beg to differ, sir. That's all I can say. Because ain't nobody holding a gun over me. And I mean, I gladly voluntarily pay my $77 a year tax, and I'm grateful that we don't have nobody imposing themselves on our property and telling us things we can and can't build and restrict and all that. And so, maybe it's just, see, that's where I don't know where the view. I don't even know how to do that, because it's like, where does that even come from? It's like, what? That's almost like the racist talk thing. It's like, so what can you, like, what is the government actually preventing you from doing that changes, like every day? Because apparently everything in a day-to-day life is controlled by the government. And it's like, so what is that? What does that life look like? Because I can't see it. I don't know. What's up, Easy Intel? Boo. Do you say you might be a smart A? The government technically doesn't recognize our lawful right to abolish or alter the government through the means of force that was intended by the Second. Man, that's such a major ass jump, wingnut. That's just like, I mean, yeah, that's, and yeah, ain't nobody stopping you. It's just, I think you'll find the lack of numbers will be the thing. I think that if, see, and here's the thing. Shut up, Alamo. Trying to make a point. Why don't people encourage getting their community together to change their representative that's coming out of their district. Like, what makes that so hard to conceive that people can't even entertain it? They don't try to do it. All they'll tell you is that it won't work. And it's like they don't do it. And so then doesn't that seem strange, that type of thinking, to say that something won't work that you never try? Isn't that kind of like weak way of thinking? Because our system is set up off of a self-governed voting system. And to say, oh, it doesn't matter. Really? So if your area is 50,000 people, go get 25,000 people, talk to 20,000 people. See, that's the American system. This is the American system. It's either that or sit down and then let somebody decide for you. And then you'll just go, well, see, it's tyrannical. That's because you didn't want to get up and participate. It's a one or the other. It's one or the other. You either got to participate or you just got to take what's given. But to do this whole, oh, you don't get a choice. It's like, boy, that's crap. That's crap. And if you can't find those 20,000 because you're just so outnumbered, then this is where you move. This is where you load up your wagon and you get your 4 mules and you gather your family and you crack up off across the top of the mountains and you go find a place that seems like this is home. It's the American way. It's just that people are so like, man, they're all out to get us. Golly, I tell you, it's so rough here. These first world problems, man. I'm telling you. What's the next? Ooh, iPhone 24. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. There's so much to just want to jump to that, and I get it because that's the Call of Duty. That's the but that's just not a reality. That's just not a reality. Uh-oh. You two picking on Carl too? Poor old Carl. Wolverines! MK Ultra. See, and I think that's just, I think it's that's just like a self-created thing. I mean, I think they like, yeah, there was that program, but you take that, then you take just the outlay of the digital social media platforms, and then you take human nature, like with the whole little chair in the room thing, when you would whisper the secret, and by the time it came around, it had nothing to do with whatever was said. And you throw all that into the crock pot and you mix it together, and man, you just end up with a society that's just, I don't know. I guess it's like a dartboard. Because there's just, I don't know. It just trips me out, I got to say. And then it's like, what was it? Was that the other day? I don't know. I had this going up here in the building and I was doing something. And then there was something, I can't remember what show it was. I'd have to look back in the history thing. But it's like China's going to cut our internet off. They're going to, because they've developed an underwater cable cutting drone, and they're going to cut our internet off. And it's like, well, no, not really. Cut their own internet off because the Amazon server farms are actually over here. So, I mean, our exposure outside would be limited for sure, but created for total confusion. Yeah, see, and man, if they had you see, that cat don't give a shit about you because that cat knows you can't get through that fence. Oh, damn. Now Savage is going to try to flip switch on me now. And now he's all of a sudden the moon was real because now MK Ultra is fake. Holy moly. Poor old Savage. At least he can always rely on the 1911 because that's dependable. Oh my God, don't tell me that doesn't really exist though, Savage. You're going to mind jack me one day. You're going to tell me some off the wall shit about a 1911 and I'll be like, wait, what? This is the 1911 like legend. And now all of a sudden they don't exist? No, say it ain't so. And I can't pull my hair out because I'm bald as shit. Alla, would you stop? You're just looking like a fool. Alla. See, she lets you out without the collar. If you keep running at that damn cat on the other side of that fence, what's going to happen? That cat is going to start intentionally doing it, and you're just going to be like, I'm going to have to create a damn channel on YouTube so that you can share all your anxiety and stress. Get over here. No, that'd be funny to watch all the headaches without their phones. Hey man, Coffee, do you remember whenever Facebook went down for, what was that, like 6 hours or 8 hours or some shit? And everybody was tripping. That's been the plan for hundreds of years, Savage. Can't live by life. Well, there's a, yeah, that always offends people anytime we get to talking about cats. But once again, I will reiterate, I don't give a shit what kind of pet you have, man. Just love your pet. That's why if you get a living animal and then you're taking the responsibility of providing for that living thing, whatever it is, I don't give a shit. A bird, a snake, an earthworm, a snail, a cat, a dog, a goldfish, I don't care. But then take care of it and be responsible and provide. Some people do cats and then just let them out the door and dump food out on the back porch and see, like, there you go, y'all just run and do. And then, you have kittens and more. And it's like, but wait, I don't have any cats. So why is my dog eating cat shit and breaking out from having cat piss being sprayed everywhere? I don't have any cats. Oh, that's right, because your flipping ass cats come over here and you think that's totally cool. And I think it's actual bullshit because somehow they get some kind of free ride. You ever notice that? They get a free ride. A dog? Oh no. Dog, they have to have their shots, wear their collar, have to be on a leash, be in a fenced in. If anything happens, the dog's aggressive, got to put him down. But a cat, oh, well, there's really nothing we can do about the cats. Wait, what? They get a free pass? It's almost like a little mini cat favoritism shit. Moon, what's up? John Moses Browning was a great man. But I'd be inside popping the corn. I feel attacked. Why are you being attacked, Moon? Oh, because of the Pat says I love cats. Hey man, and see, and that's cool. I had a friend and they he had cats and they were actually pretty cool. Sammy was one, and Sammy was a pretty cool cat. But see, it was his cat, and he took care of his cat. And just like these are my dogs, I don't expect my dog to go over there and shit or tear up their stuff or pull their shoes off their porch or go out there and no. So I don't understand why their cats are allowed to go jack with other people's property, and it's like you're an ass if you say anything about it. I don't give a shit what they think. So Oh, look, Moon says mine are loose and I feed them. Oh, well, see, I did not know. Yeah, man, at one point, them men, oh, yeah, them people, whew, so there's always been a couple, but then all of a sudden, those people decided, oh, yeah. And man, for a while, they literally would take like this 25-pound bag and just dump it. Well, next thing you know, the cats just multiplied and they became, oh, shoot, I don't know, 27 flipping ass cats running around out here. That's when the old man, he broke out real bad now because they spray and it breaks him all out on his belly. And that frippin' ass medicine is expensive as shit. And I'm like, see, this totally sucks, dude. I like how about she has to buy medicine to solve a problem our dog has created by somebody else's animal. And then just that, see, I'm Mino Save. Mino Save. What's up, Miss Ellen? Everything is a chew toy. Oh, well, that's, yeah, Isla. Oh, nowadays with Isla here, yeah. Then, yeah. And she almost she comes close, and I just let her go. Hell yeah, if you can get it, get it. I kind of worry about I don't want her to get no cat scratch fever, but and I get it. All the people that love cats and they get defensive, like, oh my god, it's yours, and so then it should be your responsibility. I love my child, but I'm not gonna let my child go over into somebody else's yard and tear their shit up. I love my dogs. They're just not allowed to go jack other people's shit up because it's irresponsible to take on the caring of a creature and then allow that creature to go disrupt or destroy somebody else's life or property. It's this isn't complicated math. It's easier than 2 + 2 = 4.
Nowadays, that's 5.
Only if you let them tell you that.
Well, you got idiots out there
Boy, hell yeah.
and dumbasses.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go.
Exactly, Kane. I mean, it's just because it's just common sense. I mean, hell, can I go over and tear your shit up? Okay, well, then why should my animal be allowed to come over and tear your shit up? Well, okay, then why should yours be allowed to tear my shit up? Oh, now that the sun's out, I can put you on the flags now. Not that the wind's blowing or anything, but and everybody said hi. She said morning. Okay, so hey, let's see what did I can I play a song? Am I still hooked up? Well, it's on my phone. That's it. I'll be right back.
If we could get back to living, that'd be about right for me and mine. Like an old scarecrow standing in the sun, day after day, his work ain't never done. I ain't ever gonna change my ways, make my stand for the rest of my day. I don't care about straight and tall as I used to be. I look across this land and I look at these two hands, and I know there's someone watching over me. Like an
Okay. What did I miss? What did I miss? All right, trying to catch it. All right, Miss Ellen. Hey, make it a good day of it. Ooh. Morning, TJ. Huh. Let's see. Mine are Velcro savages. They never leave the yard. Oh. Let's see. I could show y'all around them a little bit. One day I'm gonna give me one of them little. I don't know. It's the little dealie that I guess people. I'm assuming they got their phones on them, but then they can hit a button and they flip the camera around and they can even zoom. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I do one of them. Of course, my problem is so got this stuff all moved and stacked right here. Been getting this all cleaned up. Got a bunch of that stuff cut down and cleaned up. Trying to get this slowly. Oh, I guess it isn't. I need to back up just a little. So there, I'm gonna put. I don't know if I'm going to do blocks or if I think I'm going to do boards, but I think I'm going to put a border and then I'm going to take this rectangle and spread out that grass and bring this dirt and mulch, and I'm gonna make this like a little garden bed for next year, and then I'm gonna be redoing the chicken coops. I'm and I'm working on. I got the bird bath moved and some stuff. I'm trying to get the rest of this stuff moved because that tree. Matter of fact, see, look, there's that split. You can see it good as can be. Yeah, because I'm biding time with this damn tree, man. I'm just waiting. Hey, I'm going to deal with whatever comes. I'm just hoping that God's got it in the plan that He's letting me get all this cleaned up. I got all this stuff cleaned up, and that's where all that crap kind of. So yeah. And that's that. Okay. And then I saw something. There was what, GoPro or something. GoPro. I get that might be what they use, but I don't know them things. That's expensive shit. That's that high dollar stuff. That's that monetization kind of stuff. Ain't for me. Just a redneck in the woods. Made some yummy breakfast. Fine, rub it in, Carolina. Just rub it in. I'm gonna go have my protein shake. Been busy, yep. Yeah, TJ, but I think I got a plan. I think I got a plan. I got a plan. I think. I don't know. Just got to double check. Matter of fact, hey, what's up, cover by CQ? How are you? How are you and the fam across the pond? Things are a little cray cray over there. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. There. Let's see how this goes. Where are we at? Where are we at? Dagnet. There. Okay. No, let me get over here. I think it's crazy all over the world at the moment. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, but it's seems to be accelerated over there too. Hadn't quite reached that far. Just little pockets here. But it's kind of good to see the wave of people over there. Kind of. I guess that's a good thing. I don't really know because they're not being over there. You know what I'm saying? I just hope you and the fam, because you're part of the Alamo. So you're our fellow mother clucker. Okay, we're taking a ride. Sorry, I wasn't going to walk that one. I just about walked out. Okay, so now let's get right here and how this works. Okay, so yeah, here we go. This would be a good shot. Okay, so my plan. UK, they're getting very patriotic. Yep, and that's a good sign. See, that's a good sign. That's still keeping that unification behind that flag, unifier. That's what worries me around here is because there's so much that's against the country. So it's hard to find the unifier. Hey, would you stop? Damn. Just go off up in the damn fire pit and grabbing stuff. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Oh wait, look, Hazan, I did it and didn't even have the shocker. She didn't even got a collar on. Oh no. Sorry. As crazy as she is, every time she thinks about because we got a collar for her. I can't think that dude. Man, I just can't believe that dude. That's yeah. Okay. Let me get back on track. Yeah, the air feels so weird here. Me and the host were just outside taking care of animals, and I told him maybe Jesus is coming to get us today. Not today, Carolina. I got to keep you around. Or at least, hopefully, that's his plan. He knows his plan. Yeah, Pat, we're under a burn ban down here, too. I just got it stacked up. Do you cook in the fire pit? Not in that one cover. Used to way back in the day, but not anymore. Got a barbecue pit and then have my griddle. Matter of fact, that's what's got me worried about the tree is because we're so dry. And here, I'll show you all that here in just a minute. So my plan is to I think I'm going to get I guess I'm gonna see how much they are. I'm gonna try to rent one of those little man lifts. Try to get the small one that you just pull behind the car because I just need it to go up. And if I can get up to right there and get this limb right here, I'm gonna get as far out as I can out here and cut it. Then that's the part that goes towards the house. So I'll get that to fall down, and then if that goes as planned, I'm gonna tie a rope around up there as high as I can get straight up to the top of the tree, and I'm gonna go over to the corner over here. I'm gonna take it over to there so I'll just notch the whole top end of the tree. I'm just gonna notch it and then cut it through. So hopefully, because I just can't. I only got so much that I can. Would you stop, Isla? I'm telling you, you're gonna do that one too many times, and that cat is just then gonna torment you. Get over here. You're falling for the bullshit. Get over here. Ain't a damn thing you can do. So quit winding up, ma'am. Come on over here. Here, do you need me some? You need some loving? Is that what it is? Or you come on? No, right here. Come on. There you go. Oh, I know. Poor thing. Here, you want to wave to everybody? Say, oh, hey. Okay. Look. I know, right? Okay. So, oh, I will. No, ma'am. Come here. Just, I'm trying to, you don't stress. Look, don't stress. Um, get over here. Come here. Come here. Look, I'm trying to keep you occupied by just loving on you. There you go. I'm so sick of hearing it until I think I'm gonna lose hair. Oh, what are we sick of hearing? Went to American Party when I was in the welfare. Oh yeah, the pig in the ground. I see. This is true, Carolina. I'll be back in a bit if you got to still right on coffee. Make it a good day, ma'am. Thank you. Where you going? I'm trying to love on you. Now you're trying to bail on me because you're not going to catch the cat. The cat's on the other side of that fence. So anyway, that's because I think that's why I'm cleaning this up and I'm getting the stuff moved. And because if I check the pawn shops, and just in case I can't, borrow this one saw, then I'll get one from the damn pawn shop. I think that was $150. It was they listed as steel. I hadn't seen shit, so I'm assuming it's in decent shape. And people do sit in the fear mongering. Yep. Well, the anxiety, the clicks. That's what gets it's the if you do a video about if you did a 5-minute video on the blessings that you've experienced in one day from God, and then you did a 5-minute video on how corrupt and evil and bad our country and government are, you would get more on that. And what's ironic is I think so much of that gets fed by bots, so it's not even true. It's just that they unleash these bots. Have you seen all that the SIM card farm that got found? So how many people have sat there and followed shit on a digital platform and then Saying, no, they're righteous, they're right, and they weren't even real, dude. They were a bot. Home Depot. We don't have no Home Depot. We got a Lowe's. That's the closest one for us in Livingston. But I'm thinking that because I just get if I a good steel, I'm a nice sharp chain because you got to have some bite in order to be able to drop something kind of fast. And that one limb is the only one that I worry about because that's so if I can get up there and get it cut and get it to swing down this way and hit the ground, then that's then I'm just going to put a rope. Which that's see, I wish I could show you all that. It's hard to get it. 70% bots, pretty much. I'm putting your it's under my tree and you can sing all day. I hope you're talking Christmas tree and carpet on. Lord have mercy. I don't do Halloween, but the kids do. Every time I mention God on my channel, I lose subs and have to delete gross comments. It is disgusting. If they don't like it, they can unsub and go elsewhere. Yeah. Well, that's see, that's what I found. I found that, it's like you start to say and talk about God and working in your life, and then all of a sudden you just seem to, it's like the bad juju comes out, I wish I could show y'all how that really looked. Because so if you kind of really look at it, you might see it, but because it's really not as bad as you think, although it's not like, oh, yeah, see, no problem. So this tree didn't grow like a normal tree per se. Because hold on, I got to figure out how to do this perception wise. There we go. Okay, so, I was talking about cutting this limb right here. And then if you go up that tree right here is kind of where the top stops. And it's just it's the thin ones. See, like that one, and then this white one right here, and then this one right here. That's the top. And it just kind of, so that's why I think if I can cut this one here off right here, then I'm going to go up here and get a rope just to put tension to make sure it pulls back away. And so mainly so I don't get smacked. Then I'm going to notch it and then start cutting through it and let it fall. Well, hell, man, and all I got to do is kind of come down a little bit. So I'm hoping that, because I think if I can do that with the little pull behind lift, I think that was like $150. So that $150, and then if I can get a saw for $150, hopefully I can borrow one, save that money. That's only $300. Okay, because but I've got to get it done because that was the next thing I was going to show you. So I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. So you know what? Okay. Y'all hang tight. We're going in it. Whoop. Watch out, Isla, or I'm going to show them your butt. Whoa. Okay, so you can't really tell. I wish you could. So, well, you really couldn't tell now. So at the base of that tree, this ground, damn, how do I do this with the finger? So this grass all out here, it's starting to swell up. And what worries me is when that tree got hit, that it popped the root ball. And that's what, gosh dang it, I'm sorry. I'll give y'all a bunch of damn dyslexia and shit. So what bothers me is all this grass right here. It's because the tree's doing that. This is actually raised up. And you can kind of tell a big spread around this that it's lifting. And so what worries me is like right now with that lean, if we did get a heavy ass rain, then if it might be enough that then all of a sudden, because this is the side of the tree that got popped. And so this root ball, and this is where it's all raised up. Matter of fact, you can even, well, no, you really can't. Damn, I wish you could. But yeah, it's like it just dips off. And see, another part of the problem is there was another tree, so there's already a spot, but I don't know. Anyway, I just get to babbling too much. Allah, Allah. She doesn't get it. The more she does that, then that cat's going to realize it and start antagonizing her. Roots are getting ready to fall over. I used to live next to her. That's what would happen before the river swallowed them. If that softens up, it'll go right. See, that's what worries me right now. And I told the missus, going, of course, this could be one of these moments in life when it's like, you know what, Brian, you just need to start over. Because it's ironic, but it's mainly my shit in the back room. So if the tree smacks, it's pretty much just my shit and the crap on this back porch. And then everything else is up here. So yeah. By the way, we have a light out above the bed. Well, call an electrician. Oh, let me move y'all over this way. No, man, Blue, not good at all. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Anyway, and I think that's why I don't do the negative, because see, like this, man, if I was already so feeling, I don't know. I don't know. Pine trees are bad about that here. Yeah, Blue, actually, that's what used to be uh by it. That's actually why it kind of has that one big limb going off the one side, because this side was always shaded by a pine tree that was a. And that's got rid of that pine tree. And then sweet gum tree. Well, actually, a pine tree, and a sweet gum. And that was probably about, what? About 10 years ago. Seasoned, not expired. If you don't feel bad, I will take a video for you of our mess. Then you won't feel so bad. Oh, you guys, I know. You guys probably had it rough up there. And hell, they still. That'd be something nice to see them do. It'd be to start fixing some of that damaged stuff. It's like I'd like to see them get over there to Maui. Help them clean up that from the fires, y'all, from the flooding and stuff, you know. I was never blessed with children. Cut down 100-foot pine next to my house that I climbed when I was younger on the worst day ever. Ooh. Well, if this one here hadn't gotten popped with lightning and split like that, you know, I know a few people that'd be able to come cut it and lay it down that way for me. But it's been popped now, so now you know you're not sure about the internal of that. So you can't. I mean, you can try to commit to making that thing do that dance, but if you're into that middle of that cut and you find out that that split now goes through the middle and you got a core that's weak, all of a sudden you ain't fixing to make it dance. It's just fixing to fall over. You're fixing to pop. Rescue any chance to rent a pull behind cherry picker and get that? Well, see, that's what I want to try, Kane, is that the little, because of the cheapest one. I mean, hell, I can rent. There's an equipment, commercial equipment thing, and I know the dude. But it's like $700 for the big, you know, self-driving 4-wheel. I think the 700 one is that the 70? I think it's a 70 boom, way overkill. But they've got the little pull behind the trailer hitch little lifts. You know, most of the time you see them like at the gas stations changing out the bulbs and the signs or something like that because you can just pull them behind the truck. That's what, if I'm not mistaken, that's what they have. I just got to ask them what the boom reach is because as long as I can get it in right here and the boom reach will get me up about 25, 30 feet, then I can make the cut and get that one main part down. And that's what I'm going to try for. So if that's what you mean, is that the little trailer hitch ones? Yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. The other one, I'd have to go ahead and get the low boy trailer and 60-foot wasn't enough, but went for it anyway. Well, yeah. Well, this one here, see, that's why I said I didn't realize it until the other day, and then I got drone footage. Really? Bird comes swooping over, looking at the chickens. Um, but yeah, it doesn't go straight up. It just goes right up, and then it kind of just branches off. So I'm like, oh, then I can do this. I just got to get this limb down, and then I can. Yikes! Wait, we have to burn off and build up the field so we don't keep getting our garden flooded out. Plus, I have 100+ pine tree leaning towards my house right beside the power line. Ooh, so I thought Mike was going to climb up there with you. They want $2,200 to cut the tree down. Yeah, they want damn near $1,000 for this one. It's like no. And I'll figure out a solution before I can produce the money. So, Yahoo! I don't know what that is. Yeah, and that $2,200, especially if it's leaning toward your house. As long as they got the bonding insurance. That way you're covered if they screw up. If a storm goes through my neighborhood, it's going to. Well, that's usually happens here. Oh, that old bird just a circling. Iron crap breaks better than dollar bills, right? That's why I can, as long as I can get up there. And yeah, that's another alternative too. Is Michael climbing up there, but that's a last resort. Don't want him to have to risk himself like that. It's not very nice of me. Wait a minute. Let's see where we at. Hey, 2 hours and 38 minutes. Flags are moving now. Getting a little action. Yeah, the lights are charged up. They spent all day charging. And so now, today, I'll put them up there, get the lights changed out. My old neighborhood had power lines everywhere. It'd be a challenge for the utility people to find the outage in the door. Oh, shoot, man. There was one year, it's been a minute because that's how it was active, but we had a tornadoes come through. I mean, usually we get the hurricane stuff, and that's usually one thing, but tornadoes, that's always something else. And we ended up with some tornadoes touching down over outside this little old town on the other side of the lake, the big lake, not the lakeside you see from around me, but Lake Livingston. And man, it was so wild. Got over there and round the corner and went, oh shit. It was like big old pile of pixie sticks with electrical lines going through them, and man, some of them still dancing. It was like, oh shit. Had to cut that off and then start clearing, cutting, rehanging. I never had power lines over. My son is a logger, but he is a swamp logger, so he does not want to fell the tree on the house. I don't blame him. Did you figure out where you're going to put the leftover lights? No, not yet. Might figure. I don't know. Could do some kind of bracket. Maybe I could figure out some way to mount it to the damn carport on the outside with an arm hold it. Yeah. All I know is that the trees. And then it's like I told the guy when he came to look about cutting it. I said, I don't know if it's just me now that I'm paranoid, or is it like, do you see this? But does it look like this whole backside of the base is raised up? And he looked and he goes, yeah. I said, see, that's what worries me because, man, you can just see it going, and then the root ball just kind of breaking loose, and then you just get this big pan of dirt. And I'm like, oh, man. Yeah, because if it bumps the house, it'll knock it off. I mean, it is what it is. The chicken coop. Oh, no, the chicken coop's over here. No, the chicken coop will be fine. When it's your time, it's your time. That's it. Yeah, that's what it'd be wild is what'd be wild is if I was sitting in there talking to y'all. And all of a sudden, a boom. Oh, shit, I don't know what and then there we go. And y'all could watch it live on the internet. Matter of fact, hell, I thought about running a Cat 5 cable out here so that I could put a camera, point it back that way, and then if it did happen, I could record it from this angle. No. Oh, man. Isla. Hey, you know what, guys? It's a fantastic Friday. Old Mad Shad, hopefully he'll have his lackluster Fridays tonight. I don't think Indy does her deal on Fridays anymore, does she now? It's on Mondays. So I guess it's just a Mad Shad. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I can't remember. Mad Chad and Indy was on Friday, but now she's on Mondays. Lackluster Fridays. Oh, Indy does backstage, so she got a backstage thing tonight. You know, you with the social media platform, it can be a convenient way, it can be a friendly way, talking with everybody, but keeping just I don't know, try to just put some good stuff in your head because if you got good stuff in your head, then you've got a reason to have goals. You've got a reason for you know, that fire to burn. You've got a reason, and it's not out of desperation or anxiety or fear. It's out of, enjoyment. And I think it just matters. Hey, Roger that, Miss Carolina. I have to give me some good. I have to plan out my groceries so I can go. Okay, I'm gonna do this. But just I will say there's a lot of evil in the world, and there's a creator, and there's a God, and Jesus is his son. And he loves you, and he just wants you to talk to him. And you'd be surprised, man. I get so much strength from God that just people will try to make it sound like a weakness, and it's not. And with the blessing of God and the drive through that faith, I just because I look at things if it's God's will, I'll get this done. And then I just go at it, and God says, yep. And, it's, I don't know. All I can say is I ain't had a problem doing stuff. He's blessed me. I just, I can't even begin to describe. I give all days to God, you know, I give all days to God. Just know he loves you and he wants to have a conversation. He wants you to talk to him, I appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all take care. It's a fantastic Friday. We're going to make it a good day. Take care. I will see you soon. Peace, everybody.
I ain't here tomorrow. If the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn you bitter. Don't be ashamed to bow your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke, but a couple of tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Shotgun in the family, raise your babies by the book, and keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you.
Hey, y'all just keep showing up, doing the work. You be the example. Help somebody smile today. You're in the driver's seat. You get to decide. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. You're awesome. Just so you know, God loves you.